And so I don't really know how to start this because this is the first thing, and to be fair, I don't even know what we're gonna call this little podcast thing. But I want to start doing this every week, and hopefully you can be a regular, and we can talk about, Halo, things that are going on, the development side of things. Like, basically, whenever there's something new, we can talk about it on the show. People can talk in the comment section about what they want to see us discuss in the future, but before, while we were setting this up, we were talking about Halo Mythos. That's what it's called, right? The book?
Yeah, it's let me grab it really quick. It's Halo Mythos, a guide to the story of Halo.
Oh, look at this guy. He says, yeah, let me grab it over here. This guy. So it's
as you I'm a lore guy, you know that.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even okay, so who are you? Pretend I don't know you.
Okay. My name is Reki from Halo Collective, something that you started, so it's kind of impossible for you not to know about it.
Something I started and I can destroy.
Yeah, but I don't think Tyler
boy.
would be too pleased with that, and I'm pretty sure Strudel would come and invade your games if you ever try to do that. So you might want to be careful on that.
That was Tyler's little machinima that he was doing. Man, okay, so if you guys don't know, the Halo Collective was a thing that I started with 2 other people, and then it kind of expanded into its own thing, and then I kind of had a freak out moment and like ran away from all responsibility and stuff and quit and was like, I'm not emotionally equipped to handle this. And so, yeah, and I kind of left them on their own to die, but no, they've survived. That's a very cynical description of what happened. No,
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I wanted you to crash and burn, but because you're still here, let me make a video with you. Just because you survived long enough without me.
You guys survived.
That was bad.
The trial by fire, you guys came out alive, so we will... No, but if you guys want, you guys should definitely go subscribe to the Halo Collective. It's like... Oh, man, I don't want to... I want to say, like, you know those meme pages on Facebook that you only like because you want to see, like, funny images show up on your feed? It's like that, but with Halo. So if you guys want to just see, like, funny shit show up on your YouTube feed, just go subscribe to the Halo Collective. I will leave a link in the description below.
Mind you, that's not the only thing we do. That's a lot of what we do when we have nothing else to do, but that's not the only stuff we do.
The plug that I did for you guys, the plug that I was forced to do out of, like, I'm sorry for leaving you all.
You ended up making a video a while back, remember? Your Memories of Halo Collective.
Oh yeah, I did make a Memories of Halo Collective video. Yeah, it's, but man, we should probably talk about what the point of this podcast was supposed to be. So...
We've jumped a lot.
Hang on, there's also fractures. Okay, so man, this is gonna be a nerdy-ass podcast for people who don't... Go ahead,
if I'm here,
talk.
it's already... No, if I'm here, it's already that far. If I'm here, we're gonna be talking about things that people probably would not even care about, so it's to be expected.
Yeah. Halo Fractures is a new book, right? It's not like Halo whatever. Man, I already forgot the name of it. Mythos? Is that it? Hang on, I'm having one of those weird moments where my brain's not working correctly. Okay, so Mythos is the one where it's basically like a detailed, like, thing of, like, different
description
things.
Of the entire universe.
Yes.
Of the entire universe. From the,
and then
like, in
recently there was
order.
a new book released.
Yeah, Halo Fractured, it's kind of
And it's just like a bunch of short stories that take place in the Halo universe.
Yeah, it's like one other book, which the name slips my mind. If you need like a better comparison with what Halo Fractures is, it's kind of like Halo Legends, but you know, a book. So
okay, that's cool. And I've heard like surprisingly good things about it. Specifically, one story from a certain lead writer who isn't well liked in the Halo community. I've heard quite good things about a story that he wrote in that book. Which actually has me a little bit interested, because as much as I hate the stupid created, and I can't wait for the stupid story to get itself over with so we can go back to the good stuff, like good Halo storytelling. I've heard that this story basically takes place like in a post Halo 5 world where it's like normal everyday life, but with like stupid robots controlling everything. And I've heard it's pretty good.
So, if that's the direction we're going, is that kind of just like I haven't personally seen read Halo Fractures yet. I've read Halo Evolutions, which was the book that I was trying to say earlier, but Halo Legends was the first thing that came to mind. But is Halo Fractures that particular story you're talking about? Because you said it's after Halo 5. Does it have to do with the civilian life of things?
I believe
because
so.
obviously
I only read...
with Halo.
Yep. Go ahead.
Well, because of the because Halo games and whatnot, they're military based. So if anything, like Halo 6 could be taking place in another part of the galaxy, and this story is taking place in another part of the galaxy. That sort of thing.
It's kind of like the pitch, at least from what I described. I just tried combining the words "read" and "described" at the same time because I'm tired, but. From what I read, it was described as, like, it's almost immediately after or not immediately, you know, probably a few weeks, but it's like, alright, Cortana's assumed control over the galaxy. God, I hate acknowledging that as if that was actually a thing that happened that I'm okay with, but, like, so Cortana's an evil robot dictator, and basically it's like civilian life under this new command where the UNSC is like no more in it because now like robots control everything.
I'm kind of curious what the outer colonies think of that. They're like, yay, no UNSC!
It's like, oh
shit.
no, now all of our technology is against us. Oh god, but actually, oh man, okay, so here's the thing. The Master is the guy who basically was kind of like the head of the SPV3 project for Halo Combat Evolved. He described to me, he's like, all right, Halo 5, I think we can all agree, was a very bad story. The idea of Cortana being a villain is stupid in concept, but what it has left the Halo universe in is potentially very interesting. The UNSC now is pretty much in shatters. Humanity is back to being, like, at the bottom of the food chain in terms of, like, a galactic scale and stuff. Like, we are fighting a threat that greatly overpowers us, and it's going to be interesting to see spin-off stories and games and stuff that deal with this, of, like, humanity basically fighting for survival.
Well, that's what the original trilogy was about, but is it going to be more or less just we're fighting a losing battle like in the original trilogy, which was a power trip, mind you, because you always won no matter what you did.
Yeah, I know. We were told we were fighting a losing battle, but the game's, like, events beg to differ, seeing Master Chief just kick ass.
And so, like, do you think it could go down the same direction, such as that, where we're on another power trip against a losing battle, so we feel like badasses, or do you think it might turn into more of a guerrilla warfare type game, sort of like, dare I say it, Homefront? Those kind of games.
That's a game you don't want to mention, especially after the latest release.
Yeah, I was excited about that, and then I played the beta, and I was like, okay, I'm a little less excited. Then I saw some gameplay from a couple of friends of mine, and I was like, okay, no thank you.
It's funny, almost immediately after they announced the sequel, like, and they were like, it's basically gonna be Far Cry and stuff, I was like, alright, already not interested, because I think open world games are an oversaturated genre. And then I saw, like, the beta, and I was like, okay, so it just looks like Call of Duty. Like, aim down the sights, throw a grenade, like, you know, like, basically nothing creative in terms of a first-person shooter. And then I read the final reviews for the game, and I was like, it is exactly as I pictured it being. That's one of the few instances where my cynicism saved me from a bad purchase.
Yeah, and I would have to agree with you that it saved you, but like I enjoy the concept of fighting
Oh no, I
losing
like
battles like that. I was
it's a
really
Red
really
Dawn.
pumped about guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, like
Type
it's
stuff.
cool.
Like
I
hit
like
and
the
run.
idea. Yeah, go ahead. We're talking at the same time. You just go first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I was saying was that I really enjoy the concept of, like, as you said, Red Dawn and whatnot, being on the losing side of battle type thing. Like, not necessarily like you're supposed to be losing this battle, but then you somehow make it through alive.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be losing this battle, so you actually fight so you can run away.
Yeah,
Not
like it's
to win,
not
but to run away.
yeah, like in
So,
Red Dawn, like that movie, if you guys don't know, it was basically a movie made back in the 70s or 80s, and the whole idea is that Russians invade the United States and they like occupy a specific state, if I remember, and it's basically a bunch of teenagers rally up and they form kind of a guerrilla movement to kind of fight against the occupation of their town. And they weren't fighting because they were like, we're gonna retake our town. Like, they were just fighting to make lives miserable for the occupiers. Like, they knew realistically these kids could not save the United States. They were just trying to survive. And yeah.
it's but moving back to the main topic, like, do you think
Yeah,
that
moving back to the main
based off
topic.
of-
It's a good movie. You guys should watch it.
Yeah,
But back to Halo.
It's a good movie and it's a good concept, so be sure to keep up with it. But, like, do you think that sort of concept might be implemented into Halo? Because
Well,
I
if
wouldn't
they're
mind
smart,
that.
that's what they'll do. I mean, after Halo 5, they've got to try everything to make sure that we, like, care about this series going into the future. Because, man, Halo 5 really pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah,
And I mean, like, what's kind of, like, interesting is, like, you know, like, you and I especially talked to you a little bit when I was, like, having second thoughts. I was like, I don't know, because, like, I talked to a few people and stuff, and they explained to me, like, the rough outline when they designed Halo 4 and where they wanted the series to go from there, and essentially it was supposed to recreate, like, the original trilogy, where it's like, Halo 4, you're on a mysterious world, and you awaken an ancient evil that threatens the galaxy. That ancient evil being the Didact, where in the original trilogy it was the Flood. The Didact was supposed to be a reoccurring villain who would show up in Halo 5, having survived the events of Halo 4, and he would basically team up with Dr. Halsey, and, like, the 6th game was supposed to be kind of like Halo 3, where the Brutes came back as the main, instead of the elites and stuff, but obviously there were script rewrites and, like, a massive story redirection as to where they wanted the series to go post Halo 4, and so God knows if that's still on the table. So I don't know. I have no idea what Halo 6 is going to be like.
we can always, well, we might not know much of what Halo 6 might be going into, but we do know a few details that we can base off of what we were to be expecting in Halo 6. Such as Catherine Halsey, Fireteam Osiris, Blue Team,
Captain
and
Halsey.
the Swords of Sanghelios. I said Catherine. I didn't say Captain.
Oh, I thought you said Captain. Okay. Okay. That was on my end. I apologize.
No worries.
What I'm trying to say is I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Alright, I'm not going to turn this into a huge bit. We got to get on topic. Go ahead.
But now that they're all together, we can be expecting the Swords of Sanghelios to play a bigger role. If they don't, they'll be missing a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of all together again. Master Chief, who, like, the only person I guess he can recognize as a friend. Mind you that the people he recognizes in Blue Team and Cortana are not friends. They're deeper relations. Just shut up, Cortana! Unsnap! What are you doing? Stop!
Your Xbox.
Cortana, unsnap, please. You know what? I'm doing this manually.
Cortana's listening.
Yeah,
She goes,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, unsnap! No, it's... I did it too!
We're just gonna say, we're just gonna say the blue overlord now, just to avoid
The robot
what
dictator.
just
That's what
happened.
I call her because I refuse to take the concept of Cortana being evil seriously. So I just call her robot dictator.
All right, that's what we'll use for the duration of this
Okay.
conversation because I don't
Robot
need
evil
to start
lady.
internet searches.
Siri's evil now. She's a robot and she's gonna control the galaxy.
Yeah, but now that they're Master Chief sees Blue Team and Siri, yeah, she didn't activate. Good job. That they're family. He's conflicted a lot with Cortana, obviously, but Blue Team overall are his family. While Sergeant Johnson, God,
R.I.P.
my
in
God.
peace. Sergeant Johnson.
Yeah. It's like everybody from the original trilogies he saw friends with, aside from Siri, and
probably Miranda Keys. Well, no.
Yeah. No, I would say so. He was with her for 2 fucking games.
I can't remember Miranda Keys. I can barely remember what role she. You know, thinking back, Miranda Keys was not a very good character.
She popped up every now and then. She was kind of like what Lord Hood was. Lord Hood popped up every now and then. He wasn't a big role. But you needed her to get to places because she was the one with the ship. So
they just dealt with her. Yeah, because I think like a lot of people kind of quickly going off on a tangent here. A lot of people criticize Osiris, and rightfully so. They're not very good or creative characters. But Halo isn't like a stranger to having underdeveloped characters. I think just the problem with Osiris is when you promised us really well-developed characters and then you underdelivered, where nobody at Bungie pretended that Miranda was deep or complex.
Until later, when we all realized that Miranda was the daughter of Catherine and Captain Keyes.
Well, yeah, and then that's obviously all like expanded lore stuff.
Yeah. But
in game, which is also another reason why people who are like, no, read the books. Like Vale's a good. It's like I don't care about the books. Is she a good character in the game as presented? No.
in the game, I can see her not. Okay.
Let's go. Okay, that's an entirely different podcast.
Okay, but where was I? Fuck. What was I saying?
Something about the characters' books.
Yeah,
Man,
okay,
I'm lost.
But Thel Vadum is the
I
only
consider
other
the
person
original
that I
characters
see.
friends, but not okay.
Yeah, friends. Like I only like me personally. There might be hundreds and thousands of other people out there who see it like it, because if I see it like this, I'm not alone, obviously, and if I am, that's kind of scary. But I see John and Thel friends. Like we even saw this within the Halo 2 anniversary cutscene that they teased to us, where Locke was talking
the one
to
that's not
Thel
canon.
on the Lich. Yeah, the one that's not canon. But in that cutscene, he flat out admitted that they were enemies at first, and then they were, and then they slowly became friends over the time. And then in the
over the course of Halo 3.
Yeah, but then going from during the expanded lore, it takes quite a while to get to the Ark. It wasn't an instant jump. They didn't enter the portal where New Mombasa used to be, and then instantly popped out at the Ark. It took about a week, I believe, to get there.
Of traveling through the portal?
Yeah, it took a long time. It took a week, because in the book that we learn about Olympia Vale, they mentioned that they got there in 3 days. 3 days. They got there in 3 days, but the first trip took a week. So they don't know what made the trip shorter, and that just goes into the novel of the whole mystery and everything. But it took them a week to get to the Ark. And so during that 7-day period, possibly longer if I'm misremembering this, but that's a lot of time for John to get to know the Swords of Sanghelios better, Johnson better, Keyes better, They were on the same ship for 7 days. with nothing else to do. So
We twiddle their thumbs and it's like, so you're an alien? Yup. You're an alien too. Yeah.
what they
You
call
have mandibles
alien?
around your
Oh.
mouths. Yeah, I do. so, so what are you into? Besides killing heretics, crushing the infidels, and propelling yourselves on the great journey. You know, I like fishing. I took up fishing.
Took up
Yeah,
fishing.
no, but I get what you mean.
But yeah, I see Thel, Vadim, and Jean as being friends, best friends, because he when Fireteam Osiris was leaving Sunayon to get on the Guardian to move for Genesis, I'm pretty sure in a cutscene around that period of time, Thel tells Osiris to pretty much tell Chief hello.
Yeah, he says, hey, tell Chief I said hi. You get the fuck out
So-
of here. We gotta kill Transformers.
But
Which,
based
man, that's
off of
kind of
that,
shitty
I
that they
see it
just
as-
left. They just left the elites to kill all the Prometheans.
I think the Prometheans might have gone with the Guardian. Like when it ported out, I think everything else ported out
I
too.
always just assumed, you know, that's a very good point, actually. I always just assumed it was like, Locke was like, alright, good luck. And he just left, and they're like, oh man, now there's robots everywhere we gotta kill.
And even if there were Prometheans that were left over, the Swords of Sanghelios just got done fucking over the Covenant, or Mdama's Covenant. I refuse to call it the Covenant because
Yeah,
they literally only followed one guy.
Yeah, that's another problem. Which, oh man, something very interesting is, so I was told that Atriox and the Banished, they're not going to be Mdama'd as far as this person knows. They're going to stick around for a while after Halo Wars 2.
Mdama should have stuck around longer, like honestly.
He should have. Yeah, no, I don't know too much about his original role in Halo 5, but I know his, like, premature death was not part of the plan. Oh.
It was a rather anticlimactic. Like when I saw the cutscene for the first time, I was literally sitting there in shock, incredibly disappointed.
Yeah,
but then the next
right?
mission started, and then I had to start playing again. But like,
Well, it's also like that's the first instance where I was like, something's wrong. Like with the story when they immediately killed Mdama.
and like he's fought other people. Like Mdama knows how to fight.
Yeah.
And like this game, like Halo 5 heavily
just kill him off
fucking
like any other
relies
elite.
on lore. Yeah, but like Halo 5 relies on people knowing the outside lore, which is, you know, a problem in itself. People want the information in the game so that the people outside who take the expanded universe like I do, and people who don't can actually keep up with each other. But this game heavily relied on people like me who read the expanded universe. In the expanded universe, Mdama was not a fucking pushover like he was when he got killed by Locke.
Yeah.
He could have probably took on the entire team by himself. He's a coward, sure, but he fought a Selene Nyan by himself. Or at least it's implied that he fought Selene Nyan by himself. This was seen in Halo Escalation, which is another fucking topic altogether, but
Yeah.
it just...
Man,
Moving
what
back
could
to the
have
main
been?
topic
Halo
because
5
we
could have
keep
been
going
good.
everywhere.
It wasn't,
We just
but it
keep
could have
going.
been good.
We just keep jumping from topic to topic. So moving
We
back
do.
over.
We were supposed to talk about Halo Fractured Mythos Primordium. I forgot the name of the book.
Yeah, like we were talking about like what the future games might hold, and then we went on to the conversation of like Chief
went
having
on
friends,
about
and
how
then from
sad
having
it
friends
is
we
that-
started talking about.
Jewel
it just-
Mdama, that's how you pronounce it, people. It's not Mdama, it's Mdama.
Yeah,
That still pisses me off that they've said it so many goddamn times in the game as it's Mdama, and people are still like Mdama.
yeah. I think
That's
they're
my mini
focusing on
rant that I had
shooting
to get
people
out of
more
there.
than listening, but.
Yeah. So
Though,
it's,
though you think
We-
based off of what this conversation started off on, you think that
I think it's just nice, like,
the future
talking.
games...
Like, it's all good, like, talking and stuff. Maybe that's, hey, maybe that's just what people want us to talk. I mean, they throw us, like, a ball, like, hey, maybe you should talk about this, and then we see wherever that goes. I mean, here, we're only at 26 minutes. We're good to go. Like, we can keep talking. Hey,
Yeah,
what do you think about, Halo on PC? Actually, we should probably talk about Halo Mythos.
Well, you fucking decide, because I have things to say on everything. So, like, give me a topic and I'll try to stay on topic.
Let's talk about Halo Mythos, and I want you to pitch me the game. Tell me why I should care about the Halo Expanded Universe anymore after Halo 5. Like, tell me why it's okay, you can still buy this. Halo's not dead yet. The story, at least.
Well, are you telling me to pitch it to you in getting all the Expanded Universe books, or just to get Halo Mythos in particular?
Well, Halo, because here's the thing. Prior to Halo 5, I was nuts about the lore, like nuts. I read all of the expanded books except for like some of the Halo 5 stuff because I wasn't sure if I wanted to like invest money in characters I don't know if I'll like or not. But after Halo 5, basically, I'm like, whatever, fuck the Halo Expanded Universe, it doesn't matter, the story sucks now anyways, like, but people are saying Halo Mythos is, like, really, really good, and seeing a picture, an actual picture of the precursors, the first beings to ever live in the Milky Way galaxy, the beings that created the Forerunners and stuff, I'm like, I am so close to on the side of maybe I should buy it because I really like the Halo Expanded Universe, and I want you to tell me why I should go ahead and buy it.
The reason why you should buy the Halo Mythos is that just in case you don't know something in the Halo universe and you can't take the time out of your day to go get the book to learn about it and or go to Halo Wikia, which I would never advise anybody to go to because information on that website changes daily. Halo Mythos is the book for you, and this is why. It covers everything from the furthest back that we know of in the Halo universe, the Forerunner saga, and it goes all the way up to the beginning of Halo Wars 2. All of that information in between is put into one hardcover book. Everything.
How big is the book?
It's not too big, but the thing that I
that's what
think
worries
is
me.
that... No. Like, I would say it's... I don't even, like, maybe, I'm not gonna measure the fucking book. I could have, but I'm not going to. The thing is that, like, it's a very large book in the sense that it's not... It doesn't have depth, but it's wide. It's a wide book, so there's a lot of... The pages are big, so there's a lot more information on the pages compared to a smaller book. It's not a small book, it's big. It's like a... It'd be like a child's book. Yeah, it'd be like a child's book. You open it up and there's big pages with, you know...
Okay. Will I get new information out of this? Like, does it have new information, or is it, like, the same stuff kind of regurgitated to you with, you know, pretty pictures and art?
I would say that you get pretty pictures and art and some stuff regurgitated to you, but there have been some things in it that I learned that weren't provided in other novels. Such as like you said, the first look at the actual primordial. All we got was a worded description. Now we actually have...
For those of you who don't know, the first grave mind in the Milky Way galaxy.
Or the last precursor, depending on who you talk to, so...
The last of the precursors, the first grave mind. So that's cool. Okay, alright, I might have to buy it. Although I also want to see Halo Fractures as well, just because like a bunch of short stories in the Halo universe that don't suck sounds interesting. Like, not to say other Halo short stories suck, but like currently Halo storytelling is at such a low point that it's like, it's nice to hear, hey, Halo still has good storytelling in it.
Well,
I'm waiting for your comment, man.
the way that the way that the games are, you shouldn't look at the games comparing it in the storytelling to the novels. I would like if they never made a Halo game and they only made novels, I'd be fucking fine with that because the novels are
Ow.
the novels completely and utterly destroy the games in terms of storytelling. Of course, I have a lot of fun with the games, but like if you go
That's
to
more
a
of like a
movie that's
given
based
fact.
off a novel,
Obviously, a novel's gonna have more in it.
Yeah, the novels beat everything no matter what. So like, just because the game might have had bad storytelling, the novels, that doesn't mean that they're going to be the same.
But the problem is, like, Halo has good storytelling even in the games. Like, as shallow as some of the Bungie games stories were, they were told well and in a way where I was like, okay, like, that wasn't on paper, like, the most structured story in the world, like Halo 3, for example, but it was told well enough that I'm like, okay, I accept it. That happened, and you know what? I had a lot of fun. But Halo 5, the story was so nonsensical, like Cortana actually thinking, yeah, killing millions of people to awaken giant robot space owls, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna enslave the galaxy, like, and then to top it all off on, like, the cherry on the shit cream pie, the storytelling was awful. So it's like, this is where we are in the Milky Way galaxy. I am expected to take Cortana as an evil robot dictator seriously. And it's like, I can't. The storytelling was awful. I've rejected it as a story. And because of that, but I can't, like, say, I'm just gonna pretend it never happened, because it did, and it has ramifications on the Halo universe. It's not like some shitty side story that I can just forget happened. No, like, robots now rule the galaxy, and I'm just supposed to accept that.
Well, I can't necessarily say defend it or in any way and whatnot, but I can say that 343 does have a knack for saying that Cortana isn't evil. She's not bad. She's gray. She thinks what she's doing is right, but what she's doing affects people differently than what she's trying to go for. Like what they're going for with the Halo universe, from what I've seen, is they're trying to make it gray. They're trying to make a lot of, it's not good guys versus bad guys anymore. It's good guys versus good guys, and these other good guys just might be doing the wrong thing. It's
yeah, but the
gray.
issue
It's
is
really
when an established, really fucking good guy says, yeah, look, killing millions of people seems like a good plan, actually. After literally nearly dying herself to stop a horrible monster from enslaving the Milky Way galaxy.
And that's like what started some theories and whatnot of like, maybe she has the logic plague, maybe it's not really her, maybe this, that, whatnot. And so like, all I know is that 343 is constantly saying that she's not a bad guy. She's not the bad guy. And I'm all like, okay, so who is?
Well, they keep saying she's just doing a thing we disagree with. It's completely her. She's fine. She's not rampant or whatever. You know, the fountain of fucking youth. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that they actually said that in the game. They just Deus Ex Machina'd everything she went through in Halo 4 out the window. But, so, like, I noticed that after Halo 5's horrible fan reception, they immediately began backpedaling on, no, she's fine, she's just doing a thing we disagree with, well, the AI act kind of funny when they enter the domain, to now, like, basically saying without saying, yeah, no, she's crazy, we're wrong, don't worry. She's fine. It's not just a thing we disagree with. There is something wrong with her. Which, if in Halo 6 it's revealed she has the logic plague, she's controlled by the Didact or whatever, and then it's like, okay, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. But if you try to tell me that this is the Cortana from Halos 1 through 4, acting of her own accord, then, like, no, fuck you. Like, go take your story and shove it up your ass.
I would have a hard time seeing Cortana as the bad guy as well, but she, as of now, is. And I know that some people have a hard time accepting that, And there's like a lot of discussion as to why she shouldn't be the bad guy, but if they were to keep to their guns and have it that she's just doing something that we don't agree with, I think that in itself, even though it wasn't brought up upon the fan base correctly, I think it could benefit the story in the long run. It would add more depth to her character.
It really could have worked on paper. I mean, there had to have been more setup, but like the problem is just everything she went through in Halo 4, like as well as Halo 3, like defending Earth from the Gravemind. It just doesn't work. Her killing millions of people and being okay with it's hypocritical. It's downright hypocritical. It's what we in the business call flip-flopping a character.
Now don't get me started on those flip-flops. Because
hey.
I know a guy.
In my defense, I was in denial that Halo 5 wasn't the game I wanted it to be. I was like, no, it can't be true. It's a good game, guys, honestly. I actually went through the stages of grief. I looked up online, it's like, yeah, denial, anger, bargaining, like everything. I went through all the stages of grief, and now I'm at acceptance. I'm like, Halo 5 is not the game I thought it was gonna be.
When I first played through the game, I was like, oh shit, this game's amazing, yay! And then I saw so many people start saying it was terrible, and I'm like, why? Why though? Like, everything made sense. I got everything. And then they're like, where was the information in the game? And I was like, oh, okay. So they I began to I began to understand what was wrong was because they were taking into consideration that people who don't read the novels playing the game had no fucking idea what was going on. Well, I might have known what was going on, but that doesn't mean that it was okay for everybody, and that's what they were defending. And then that's when I began to see that it wasn't okay that they didn't allow everybody to keep up. They only let the more hardcore people.
But even then, like, I think the storytelling problems extend beyond that, because not only did it alienate everybody who hadn't read the novels, it also served as a middle finger to like killing off Julian Mdama, literally ending every single thing set up in Halo 4 in the first act. Like, everything I'd invested 3 years in of studying, learning the characters, theorizing about where, like, they're just like, now fuck it, it's all over, now Cortana's a robot enemy. And then on top of that, it even, like, threw in new things out of nowhere with very bad exposition. Like, the Warden Eternal just suddenly being a thing I'm supposed to, accept as, yeah, no, he's always been there, we just never talked about him or mentioned him or anything ever, at any point. And then, you know, saying the Librarian, she's like, no, it was always Librarian's goal to have robots take over the galaxy, and... Which I know that people say, no, that might just be a symptom, but no, you have to understand, the story presented it as this legit is what we are trying to tell you. We are trying to explain to you in the game, as of right now, no bullshitting, the Librarian told Cortana in Halo 4 to take over the galaxy with robots. Like, that's what the game told me. That is how the game presented me. I don't know if it was bad writing, maybe they misspoke, but the game wanted me to believe that. That's the way the game told me.
Yeah, and then based off of what Halo 4 showed us of the Librarian, and then what the expanded universe showed us of the Librarian, that's not what the Librarian is.
Which
yeah, that's not what the Librarian is.
They wrote off in a Waypoint blog, I forgot a little bit ago. They were, no, it's just because Cortana's crazy, don't trust her, or whatever. It's just because the Warden Eternal's crazy. But in the game, as it presented to us, no, they were quite sane. Oh, man. Yeah, it's just... although, here's the good thing. The story is at such a low now that it's only that I think at 343 it has sent a ripple throughout them, and Microsoft as well, that this cannot happen again. So literally there is nowhere but up. We will only see the storytelling improve, and if anything, we will see certain things put in place to ensure that what happened to Halo 5 story will not ever happen again.
I just, if what you're saying is true and it just has nowhere to go but up, then I'll be pleased. I think everybody will be pleased if it just gets better from this point on. But then again, at the same point, if it doesn't get better and the game just becomes a money grab type of deal, I don't know if I would be the type of person to be capable of giving up on the series just because of how much time I've invested in it. And I might be the type of, yeah, and I might just be that type of person who that they're marketing this shit for to continuously buy it because I've been so enveloped into it that I'm gonna be continuously giving them money and I'm just causing the problem. But like, I admit that I don't think I would be capable of not continuously buying Halo games just because of how much I love the universe and the games and all that. So,
which also, to be fair, it's just who I am. Like, I know when a product is like laughing at me and not treating me correctly, and so usually when that happens, I divorce it. Like Star Wars during the prequels, I was like, all right, I'm out. Goodbye, Star Wars. It was a great run. The original trilogy was really good. And then, you know, episode 7 came out and I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Star Wars is back to normal. I'll like Star Wars again.
Yeah, speaking of Star Wars, that 7th episode was fucking beautiful. It was amazing. Like, the fact that they brought back... The fact that they used less CGI and more actual, you know, costumes and whatnot, I fucking loved, because that's what the original trilogy was known for.
Which
they had a good mixture of both.
Heavily gonna disagree with you about, you know, people in the comment section are gonna claim it was the worst to try, and it's like, no, it wasn't a bad movie. You may not have liked that it was kind of similar to episode 4 because it had to be, because it was trying to bring Star Wars back to its roots as well as pay homage to the original trilogy, but on paper it was good. It had 3 acts, it had strong characters that were written well, it was better written, like structured, paced than any of the Star Wars prequels. And most importantly, it had good writing that wasn't stilted and stiff and awkward. I have a very strong opinion about the prequels, in case you didn't notice.
I don't enjoy the prequels. I used to watch them when I was younger, before.
Well, yeah, because we were stupid and we couldn't tell what a bad movie was.
Yeah, but as I'm a 20-year-old now, I understand the issues with the first 3 prequel movies, and like, I see
specifically
episode 7.
2.
Yeah, the Clone Wars. Yeah, like, yeah. Okay. But the episode 7 I found to be good. I enjoyed it a lot more than I did the prequels, and I got pumped up when I saw them do the canyon run. I was like, oh shit, they did this. they did this already, and they're doing it again.
Yeah, which like, to be fair, like, I completely forgot the canyon run in episode 7. The stuff that I actually did like is just the characterization. I liked how Kylo Ren was like literally a commentary on the fact that he was this movie's version of Darth Vader, and he knew that he couldn't be badass enough to be like Darth Vader. And it's like, that's kind of true, because people will compare Kylo Ren to Darth Vader and how he's not as cool as Darth Vader. So, oh my god! You know, in the way, like, the whole timing thing where it's like the sun, once the sun goes down, obviously that's not how actual physics work, but once the light disappears, that's when, like, you know, the giant Death Star Mark II or whatever they called it is ready to fire up, and then, you know, it's sitting there and he's like, you gotta help me, and Han Solo's like, I will help you, son, and then it's like, you see the light fading, and then it's gone, and that's when he stabs Han Solo. It's like, cause the light vanished from his soul. It's like, get it?
Yeah,
get it, guys?
But
you get it?
But also, speaking of Kylo Ren, my sister saw the 7th episode for the first time a couple of days ago. Okay, so like, I'm one of the guys who was like, okay, Kylo Ren's a crybaby. He's incredibly powerful in the Force. I have never seen somebody stop a fucking bullet midair for that
He
long
got shot by
period
a
of time.
bowcaster, and he
Yes,
lived, and not only
yes,
lived, was
exactly.
able to fight off somebody who clearly was a bit deeper in the Force than anybody realized, and survived and walked away, like, well having a mental breakdown. Like, Kylo Ren is a badass.
Yes, but like the thing that I noticed was what my sister said was that like I've had discussions with people on the internet talking about like how Kylo Ren is actually really fucking strong, but he is a crybaby. When he gets angry, he destroys fucking everything. Of course, it's better
that's 'cause
him
he had
destroying
parent-
things than killing people. It's like Darth Vader would just fucking crack your neck and drop you. Kylo destroys
Well, to be
shit.
fair, people call Kylo Ren a crybaby. Hey, remember Anakin Skywalker in the original trilogy? I hate them.
Yeah,
I want to be the most
yeah.
powerful Jedi ever.
Yeah, but like what I found interesting was that my sister was like, I've had people disagree with me that he's a crybaby and whatnot, and my sister, who is barely into Star Wars, she's seen the movies, but she isn't into the, you know, universe and whatnot, so she only knows the movies at face value. After seeing Kylo Ren freak out twice, she's like, he's a crybaby. He needs to calm down. And like the sigh of relief that passed over me, I was like, holy shit, okay, so everything I've been saying for somebody who barely knows anything about the universe actually agrees with me, that he kind of does. Like, of course the Sith have anger issues, but like
Well, he's not a Sith. He's a Knight of Ren.
whatever the fuck you want to say, but he wants to
That's
be
also a
Darth
good
Vader.
thing.
He
Thank
wants
God
to
it's
be a
not
Sith.
the Sith again.
He wants to be a Sith. If he wants to be Darth Vader, he wants to be a Sith. Like, so. But where were we? Where should we go again? We
Yeah,
went from
we
Halo
were,
to
we were talking about Star Wars, and that's not Halo. We can maybe leave it at here because we're almost at an hour, and I only have so much hard drive space.
Fair enough. All right. Well, everybody
yeah,
that
thank
was
you guys
watching
for
this wonderful video.
Joining us on our Star Wars podcast. You know, with a little bit of Halo sprinkled in there.
You sure it's not vice versa? Mostly Halo and then just random other shit in there.
I don't know, man. We Star Wars the shit out of that last like 10 minutes. Oh man, I can't wait to see the amount of dislikes and angry comments I get because I dared to say Episode 7 was a well-written movie and that it was better than the prequels.
Well, but that's fine. People disagreeing with you, that's fine. It's human nature for people to have different opinions, and that's perfectly fine. It's a good way to start discussion and a good way to get people to, like, you to understand their views and them to understand yours. That's something that everybody should try to work on. It might be the internet, but
Which is funny you mention that because that's also something I need to. When people are like, I actually liked Halo 5 story, I'm like, you can go fuck yourself. Like, that's definitely something that I need to work on as well.
Well, bye everybody. If the recording
Goodbye.
hasn't stopped yet.
Goodbye. Goodbye. That's such a pathetic way to end this. Goodbye.